We are live. That is Mochi eating din din. Hi, baby. You go back to sleep. You can go back to sleep. Just kept that there so you don't pop out. All right, I can see chat from here. You guys can see me crawling in here. So I just got this game today. Let me lower that volume. So I just got, let's put the rules in chat. Before we got people coming in with their own problems, which I don't care about. All right, so chat rules real quick. No depressing chat. No depressing chat. Religion. Politics. No depressing chat, religion, politics, or your problems. I don't care. I think that's pretty good. People get salty about this, but they also then get salty about, like, why can't I talk about this or that? It's like, dude, it's my chat. Let me do what I want. All right, so like I was saying, I just got this game not too long ago. No, like today. This morning, surprisingly earlier than I thought, but then I had some job interviews, surprise job interviews, some doctor's calls, and then other stuff that I had to handle, TMI. And I haven't had a chance to really look at the rules. And I just got home not too long ago, had to do a bunch of things. So we're going to learn this together. If you guys want to stick around from that, awesome. If not, I understand. So again, tonight's going to be kind of rough because it's just like straight up learning how to set this all up, how to play this, and like following nights, I'm gonna hopefully have this down, and we can just have a little more, how do I say this, straight up game events with this. I plan on playing this all week. Hopefully this is fun. I would hate to have bought this game and hate it. That said, I only paid $30 for the game because I could not find it online at all. It was sold out everywhere. But I was able to find a copy of it on eBay, missing the miniatures for $30 with shipping. Which, considering I already own the miniatures out of the Indominus box, okay, I'm watching. Out of the Indominus box set, you know what? It's not a big deal. So I pulled the trigger, just got it today. I spent the past weekend painting these guys up. They're not done yet. They're pretty close. But they still need some more loving. This is the, the hell are you? The Ancient, I believe. So it looks like I gotta put a little more this way. So this is what I have so far. So these guys are who they recommend for the starter missions. So that's what we're gonna be doing today, the starter missions. I gotta do some more edge highlighting on him. I'm gonna bring his color back up because he's a little too dark. When I was looking over this game, the preview art that I found, because someone sent me like some photos of the manual, but like all the game art that I saw looked pretty dark. And then I decided, so I pretty much tried to follow it. And then I come and get the game and the rule book here, and the miniatures are much brighter than I thought they would be. So they're pretty much Blood Angel colored. I'm not going to make them that bright. I'm just going to bring these guys back a little bit. Some colors and highlights and all that jazz. Hopefully they come out looking okay. But I'm really happy with how they came out so far. Really happy with how they came out, especially the blade guard. I don't know if you can notice on the shield, but I used some metallic-y paints for the shield and the sword. And I'm really happy with that. So yeah, I got to come back and clean them up and give them a lot more work, and then I got to freehand. The arm keeps falling off because I keep taking it off myself to get the painting done. Not the arm, the shield. When I'm done painting it, like really done painting it, I'll glue everything together. But that shield might fall off a few times. Hello, Sister Hong. I love the cat. Yes, my kitty was here. She went away. I don't think she likes it when I have this super bright light on here or I'm talking a lot. But, you know, hopefully you guys are all doing great. Happy Monday. Great start to the week, hopefully for all of us. Let's move this here. It is public. We have that working. Let me double check I have my settings right here. We have comments. We have likes. All right, we're good. We're good. All right, so I'm learning. So again, like I said earlier, this is me learning as we do this. I just got this game not too long ago, today. All right, so I got almost everybody painted up completely. We're going to be using these 4 units today. The Justicar, well, at least for these opening missions. Can you see that? So this guy. This guy. Now again, if you guys have questions, I most likely don't know the answer. I just got this game. Hopefully we enjoy it. I'm really happy with these miniatures, but it's disgusting how much Games Workshop is charging for them. Like, at first I was pissed off at all the people who bought the game just for the minis and didn't care about the game. Like, man, that's messed up for board gamers. But then I started looking up the prices for these miniatures. Oof. Oh my god. Okay, so they're damage tokens. Okay, so this is seeming pretty clear cut so far. They're teaching you like what's next to you, how to move. Every character has like a move characteristic on their thing. So he has move 4, and I guess this is his wound counter. Then he has an injured side. Not quite sure what the difference is yet. So if you got later on, I'll be uploading scans of the book and the game pieces once I start doing the how do I say this, like the actual review of all this stuff, and then like an update. Here's what you get in the box. I've endured other people's unboxings of the game so far, and so I'll try to do better for you guys. Wuzzles and girls, hello. Oh, you know what? Let me slow down chat so we don't have people who like say something and then 2 seconds later say something else. That's always fucking annoying. Message delay. We'll do 12 seconds as for always. It's always weird when people are like, hi! I said hi! I said hi! It's like, oh my god, calm down. Or the usuals who just want to say dumb stuff really fast. Alright. Each time a game piece moves around the game board, unless noted, moves a number of squares. When moving a game piece, continues to move to adjacent squares one at a time until the end of that move. Wall squares cannot be moved through, and game pieces cannot be placed in them. So the black lines are wall squares, okay? Objective squares cannot be moved through. Okay, so these are the objective squares. I have green. I don't know if I have the green tokens on them yet, but yeah. For my quick glance at the stuff, it seems like everything starts off like fine, damaged, and destroyed. So I think I have them set to fine. Again, I'm still learning this right now. Let me know if this camera placement's good, guys. Doorway squares can be moved through and game pieces can be placed on them. So I guess these yellow lines with the hazard stripes. I'm not quite sure if you guys can see this properly, but there's some yellow and black hazard stripes here. Those are doors. Door squares can be moved through and game pieces can be placed in them. All right, moving through game pieces. Heroes can move through other heroes, but cannot end the move in the same square as another hero. Heroes cannot move through enemies unless explicitly specified. All right. All right, so the bad news with this game is they give us hero units, but as far as the enemies goes, we get tokens. Lots and lots and lots of tokens. I think there's like 42 or so totally in the game. It's kind of insane. Although I think this is still better than oof, there's something where you have several Terminators versus Orcs, and that has a disgusting amount of tokens. All right. Visibility. Some rules require game pieces and objectives to be visible to one another. The shortest distance between two squares does not pass through a doorway square, then two squares are considered visible to one another. If the game piece in a square containing a doorway, then the doorway is ignored for the purpose of determining visibility. If a game piece is on a square containing a doorway, game piece is on a square containing a doorway, then that piece is ignored for the purpose of... Okay, so apparently through these yellow lines we can't see through it. I guess because they're doors. Huh, that sucks. Meganob B is, okay, wait, not visible. Okay. Enemies cannot move through other game pieces regardless if they are enemies or heroes. Okay, so the orcs can't move through each other. Distances. When determining distance between squares, starting with the first square, count the fewest number of non-wall adjacent squares it takes to get one at a time to reach the final square. The first square does not count toward the total number of squares. The final square does. Okay, so that's basic shit. Attacking. Game pieces will make attacks using their adversaries, potentially destroying them. Melee attack weapons can be used to attack adversaries. Melee weapons can only be used to attack adversaries that are adjacent. That makes sense. Ranged weapons can only be used to attack visible enemies that are not adjacent. I guess no pistol rule here. Lame. Each time a hero or enemy attacks, an adversary is selected for it to attack, and then the relevant weapon as shown on its data card is used to make the attack. If there are no adversaries that either of these weapons can attack, no attacks are made. Okay, make the attack. Total number of dice. See if the adversary is hit and damaged. Work out the number of dice to roll. Okay, so this is where they start bringing toughness in here, which I am not a fan of. As a filthy casual, I just want the easiest thing possible. So, reduce this by the tough value of the adversary, e.g. -1. This cannot reduce the number of dice being rolled. Okay. So, okay, so it kind of says this clearly for me, since I don't understand this. The boy has no toughness, so I get to roll this guy's full attack against him. The knob has a -1 dice, and the where's that result? Number of dice showing the weapon. Reduce this by the tough value of the adversary. Nope, buddy, you're too big. You already have food over there. So Rocky wants to eat Mochi's food all the time. And Mochi does this too. They all swap between their different food. Show the weapon. Reduce this by the tough value of the adversary, e.g. -1. This cannot reduce the number of dice being rolled to less than 1. Okay, because that's interesting. Because yeah, this guy has only two dice, 4+, and this guy would reduce by 2, which is silly. So I guess it would go down to 1, which is like, why would... Check if the weapon has a knockback rule. If the weapon has this rule and the target cannot be moved, see opposite, add 1 to the number of the dice roll. So he has... So the Mega Knob has -2 dice, but it doesn't say he can't be knocked back. So I'd get another dice if this guy attacks with melee. So I'm back to 2 dice. Because it has knockback. Okay. Roll that many dice regardless of where the adversary was moved in step 3. If one or more dice essentially rolls the target value shown on the weapon, 4+, and the adversary being damaged is damaged. Okay. So the orcs don't have a damage side. If the hero or boss enemy is damaged, it loses one of its wounds. Move the wound damage token. Okay, everybody has a wound damage token here. The hero loses the last of its wound, they become injured. See below. If the boss enemy loses the last of its wounds, it's destroyed or removed from the game. Alright, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I guess 10 without anything. And then I put it on. And then I move here. So when he's injured, he has 4, 5, range 5, 4, 2. Oh, he moves less when he's injured. That makes sense. It sucks, but it makes sense. Oh, and he doesn't have his special abilities when he's all hurt. Huh. Interesting. Alright. Let's move this over here. Okay. Some weapons have knockback rule. When a game piece attacks an adversary with such a weapon, before rolling any dice, move the adversary to a square that is adjacent to it that does not contain a wall, objective, or game piece. What are you doing down there, dude? Just trying to get comfy? There is a pile of shame underneath my desk that I need to clean, and Rocky likes to nap on top of it. Okay, some weapons have a knockback rule. When a game piece attacks an adversary with such a weapon, rolling a dice, move the adversary to a square that is adjacent to it that does not contain a wall, objective, or game piece. Following the rules of flow. If it is not possible to do so, remember add 1 to the. If it is not possible to do so, remember to add 1 to the number of dice being rolled, as described opposite. Okay. If the attacking game piece is in the same column to the left of the adversary, can move to a square that is furthest to the left. Attacking piece in the same column to the right of the adversary, can move to the furthest to the right. Attacking is in the bottom row of the next. Okay, here's the inch for the data card inside the rest of the game. They will use this value shown on the injured side. Enemies will not attack injured heroes. Really? Enemies will not attack injured heroes. So do I just want to let my guys get injured and then they're like immortal? How does that work? Alright, assault phase. Oh my god, it is. Close that door over there to let this place cool down some more. I gotta make dinner. Well, actually, now that you moved, I could have moved everything over. We could have had more space. Let me see if I can adjust this camera so you guys get a better view. It's actually not bad there for now. Alright, assault phase. In the assault phase, your Blood Ravens launch their attack on the orcs that have been overrun by Bash's data. They attempt to destroy them while restoring power to the stasis vaults to recover the relics within. Set up spawn enemies. For each objective, enemies will spawn in squares adjacent to it. See described below. Oh my god. I'm sure this isn't going to be that complicated, but almost all the time, almost every time I read these rules, I'm always like overwhelmed at first. Like, oh my god. Select one of the objectives and draw one major. These added here. one of the objectives and draw one major threat card, starting with the enemy shown at the top of the card, working down. This phase. All right, so this, usually these things have like, I'll walk you through this sort of instruction where like the game, how do I say it, takes you through a little game, like takes you through like a practice game, not quite sure how. All right, set up spawn enemies. For each objective, enemies will spawn into squares adjacent to it, as described below. Select one of the objectives and draw one major threat card. All right. So we're gonna we'll go here. So major threat card, mega knob, and 2 knobs. So starting with the enemy shown on the top of the card and working down, place a corresponding put one here. Place a okay. Starting with the enemy shown on the top of the card. So here it would be the mega knob. These guys each have symbols of who's who. Depending on how much I like this game, I might go back and actually make proxies for all of these orcs, so that next time you guys see the game happen, it is more than just tokens. Alright. Stop working out. Place the corresponding enemy game pieces on one of the squares that is adjacent to the objectives that already have a game piece on it. So then 2 knobs. Okay. Run out of squares to place enemies on, then no more enemies can be spawned in that objective. Repeat step 1 for one of. Repeat step 1 for one of the remaining objectives. Repeat step 1 for the remaining objectives, but this okay. So next one, 2 mega knobs. Okay. Repeat step 1 for the remaining objectives, but this time draw one minor threat card instead of a major threat card. Minor threat seems just as bad, but okay. 1 mega knob. 1 boy. Boy, this is the boy. Alright, 2 knobs for the last one. Okay. So I think there's only 4 objectives on here. Yeah. Okay. So these threat cards have been used up. Put them to the side. Choose hero starting positions. There are 4 sectors in the game board known as Sector A, B, C, and D. Each of these has a number of deployment squares within a corresponding label. Okay. Huh. Each of these has a number of deployment squares. For example, all deployment squares, sector A will start with A, followed by number. Split your heroes into 2 pairs. Pick a sector for each to start in. Each of the game hero pieces then placed in one of your deployments. Okay. So 2 squares. Oh man, it kind of sucks. I was hoping to split them all up. I feel like Zone A is kind of useless here. Once you gotta move your food. going to fall. There we go. All right, so we're going to go move these out of here. We're going to go Flamer. Oh shit. And our Blade Guard, who keeps moving his losing his damn hand. Our shieldless Blade Guard soon enough. Put the Blade Guard up front. And then we'll put the Flamer there. And then you two will go here. Alright, so we have the Brother Zephyrus with Brother Arcos. And then these two, I need a bigger table. Alright. So each of the hero game pieces then placed in deployment squares in the starting sector. Okay. Your heroes are now ready to cleanse Bastion Theta. Assault phase turns. Turn order. Players resolve turns one at a time until the assault phase ends. See the end of assault phase with load. Resolving a turn, each player selects one action card to play for each hero they control. Select page. Oh my god. This is such a really badly done rulebook. You two are here. And you two are over here. Alright. Okay, assault phase turns. Turn order. The players resolve turns one at a time until the assault phase ends. See the assault phase. See the end of assault phase below. When resolving a turn, each player selects one action card to play for each hero they control. See page 24. Oh my god. One at a time, each of the game pieces with the lowest initiative value is activated once. You gotta have all these cards out. So 7, 5, 6, 6, 4, 2. Okay, so Sword Guy activates really quickly. Next time I do this, I need the entire table. So, every one of these cards has initiative. And I guess you activate them. Let me see if I can show you guys here this. The Judiciar with the blade and the, what is that called? Sand time thingy. Has initiative of 2, so it looks like he goes first. And then next would be the Blade Guard. He has 4. And then everybody else has 6. So it'd be 2 for Judiciar, then Blade Guard, then the Knobs, and then the other 2 Space Marines, and then the Boy, and then the Mega Knob. It's a weird setup. But again, first game's always kind of like, yeah. In the first turn, enemies do not activate as your hero successfully ambushed them. That's nice. In the second turn, when an enemy activates, it moves and then attacks following the enemy behavior shown opposite. When each hero activates, you can move them, when each hero activates, you can move them, then attack with one of their weapons. Step 2 is repeated for the game pieces with the next highest initiative value. This continues until all game pieces have activated. After all game pieces have activated, every hero who is adjacent to an interactive object interacts with it. See page 24. Why not just keep it all on the same fucking page? End of assault phase. Continue to resolve this until one of the following is true and all heroes injured, the game is over. All enemies are true. Okay, end of assault phase. Continue to resolve turns until one of the following is true at the end of the turn. All heroes are injured, the game is over and results in a loss. So you don't even you just injured. Like you don't even get to like have one more hit. Okay, whatever. While the enemies are destroyed, the assault phase is complete and you move on to the defense phase. Okay. Enemy behavior is moving and attacking. Each time an enemy moves in this phase, if it is already adjacent to one or more heroes that are not injured, it does not move. Otherwise, if it is possible to, it moves the shortest distance to get adjacent to a hero that is not injured. Otherwise, it moves close as possible to one of the nearest heroes that is not injured. Attacking. Each time an enemy attacks in this phase, if it is adjacent to one or more heroes that are not injured, it will attack one of them with its melee weapon. Otherwise, if there are one or more heroes visible to that are not injured, it will attack one of them with its ranged weapons. A, which is adjacent to Eradicator B, but the hero is injured, such as the adjacent to heroes that are not injured. Okay, so in a way, when a hero is knocked out, like injured, let's say this guy gets injured here, he's an impediment to the rest of the other orcs. Hopefully I can like later on bring these guys back from being injured. All right, okay, I'm getting it. I'm kind of getting it. Action cards. Action cards represent fighting styles of your hero. So these are the action. What is? Okay, so these are the action cards. This is for the Eradicator, Brother Arcos. He has 3 when you play him. I guess these are how he can use him. He has sweeping firepower. A deadly arc of meltifier swaths the enemy, sending them reeling. When this hero attacks this turn, it can use a ranged weapon shown here instead of the one on the data card. Ranged, not with knockback, 3+. This ranged weapon can be used to attack enemies adjacent to this hero. Ooh! And instead of attacking one enemy, it can be used to attack 2 different enemies that are adjacent to another. Roll for each separately. Oh, nice! So does this guy have a melee? He does have a melee weapon. But if I use this card, I could just shoot them in the face with the flamethrower and the guy next to him, which makes sense. How many miniatures in that game? It comes with 9 miniatures. These are the heroes of the chapter. Normally, the sprue directly from Games Workshop costs $170. You can get the exact same sprue in this set for $50, and this is why the game is so hard to get right now. And then if you don't want the whole set, and you just want particular units from the set, it's still a better value to buy this game than to get the individual teams in it. Like, what is it called? The Eradicators. It has 3 Eradicators and 3 Blade Guard. And Games Workshop sells 3 Eradicators or 3 Blade Guard for $60 each, which is all sorts of stupid. But yeah, you get 9 minis in here. They're gorgeous. I'm actually using the miniatures that came from the Indominus box set because I got the game without the game pieces, so I could hurry up and play. But oh my god, these are gorgeous minis. I am so happy with how they look and how they turned out. I'm not done painting them, but yeah, they make a sensational painting project. Blood Ravens, they are Blood Ravens. These are my first Blood Ravens. We got an Eradicator, a Blade Guard, a Justiciar, and an what the hell are you called? Blade Guard Ancient. I still have to go back and paint in the chapter symbols and all that stuff. Yeah, everyone keeps cracking jokes on how they're like a bunch of thieves. I've been spending those past couple days on live stream painting them up, and people kept saying that I've never played Dawn of War. I'm kind of interested in playing it now, but yeah, I don't know much about the chapter. So do they steal from other Astartes chapters? I thought they just went to other worlds. They just took relics from I don't know, that were just lying around. Okay. Action cards represent the vital skills of your heroes. There are two general action cards that all heroes can access, and one special action card that is unique to each type of hero. When a hero uses an action card, they gain the effects for that turn. General action: at the end of the turn, any general action cards that were used are returned to the hero that used them. Special action: at the end of a turn, any special cards that were used are considered spent and are placed in a discard pile. Ooh, I hate discard pile. Any special cards that are used are considered spent and placed in a discard pile. They cannot be used again until you are instructed to return them to your relevant heroes. Okay, next, objectives. In the assault phase, every hero who's adjacent to an objective interacts with it when they do so. Okay, so these are the objectives. So if I end the assault phase next to it, then I interact with it. I guess the goal here is to turn it on, I think. We shall see. It's kind of funny if they came to reinforce a chapter like Ultramarines, they will use their stuff and take it with them. They will use their stuff and take it with them after, but more known for stealing ancient relics and ancient artifacts. So they must have a lot of enemies. I kind of like that. All right. Objectives. In the assault phase, every hero who's adjacent to an objective interacts with it when they do so. First, check the number of dice shown in the hero's objective value, e.g., okay. If they are adjacent to one or more enemies, reduce this by 1. This cannot reduce the number of dice being rolled to less than 1. All right. Roll that many dice, or roll that many dice. If one or more successfully rolls a target value, e.g., 5, then that objective has been repaired and power restored. If that objective was inactive, it becomes active and remains so until the enemies damage it in the defense phase. Place that relevant token on the square. So it goes red, goes straight to green. So all right, so then that would be that. I guess it gets damaged, it goes yellow. I'm not sure. They're cool. Just gotta watch them around certain things. You know what? This kind of makes me, if I do a cosplay, and there are other Space Marines cosplaying, I'd want to do one of those cosplay videos where you do like a little skit, and I would love to just like have it where like there's an Ultramarine next to me, and I start stealing his stuff. I have a cosplay interview on my channel where I interview a Ultramarine cosplayer, and I was holding the guy's sword, and then later on I was holding his helmet throughout the interview. And there were some comments, and you just reminded me with like, oh, I think that guy must be a Blood Raven because he's stealing his shit. And it's like, oh my God, I get it now. Thank you. But yeah, if you want to see amazing Space Marine cosplay, it's on my channel. Okay, defense phase. Let me get something to drink here. The more I talk, and then I've been working out pretty hard today, I'm just like thirsty. Also, hi, Purified Water 2. Hopefully you're having a great Monday so far. I play the Salamanders. I gotta figure out what I'm doing for dinner. I kind of want to be naughty and order pizza. I've been doing really, really well with my diet. I've been doing really well with my diet. I'm super happy. I'm down to 164 pounds. But I want to just focus on playing tonight and not have to worry about making some dinner. We'll see how I feel. Although if I order pizza, I got to do it on my phone or my lap. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Thank you. All right. Sorry this is going so slow. I just got this game today, so I'm trying to figure out how to play it. The plan is tonight's the rough night. We figure out how to play, and then every night this week, we're gonna play this game, and we're gonna go through the campaign and figure it out. I think there's 3 difficulty levels and then a horde mode. So Tuesday level 1, Wednesday, depending on how it goes. Maybe we could do level 2. We'll go as far as we can, but we might end it doing horde mode. And horde mode, I think you last as long as you can. And I want to just play this game as much as I can to see how I feel about it. Depending if I like it or not, I'm gonna switch out the tokens of the orcs and paint up a bunch of orcs. So then when you see, like, by the end of this week, or maybe next week, when I play this game again, there's a whole bunch of orcs here. Because tokens are cool, but miniatures are better. And what I might do for some of the smaller I have 40K miniatures. I have a bunch of off-brand minis. I also have these really awesome Play-Doh orcs. There's I forgot, the purple site. You can get yourself a Play-Doh maker where you can just like make orcs or space marines. So I'm gonna make a poop ton of these guys and use them as enemies for some of the smaller ones, and then I'll use my other orcs for this. That's the plan. That's the plan. I don't know if anybody's gonna care, but I'm excited. I'm hopefully gonna love this game, and I'll be loving the game so much I'll be really passionate when it comes time to like making all the orcs for it. We'll see. We shall see. All right, defense phase. In the defense phase, more orc hordes attack the Blood Ravens, hoping to overrun their limited numbers and damage the key objective the Battle Brothers are trying to repair. Setup: recuperate and redeploy. The Blood Ravens are not easily beaten, and take a moment between waves of orcoid brutes to tend to their wounds and take advantageous position for the coming hordes. Every hero regains all of their wounds. Oh, nice! So you just have to kind of survive until the end. Every hero regains all their wounds and can be moved to any square on the game board, excluding wall squares, objective squares, and ones containing other heroes. Oh, sweet. So I start off kind of like limited, but later on I can just like, all right, you're going to be right here, right here, right... Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so each hero regains all their wounds, can be moved to any square on the game board, excluding wall squares, objective squares, and ones containing other heroes. Each injured hero flips their data card back over. They're no longer considered injured. Return all special action cards to that hero that used them. Shuffle 3 offensive surge cards. 1 twist card. What the fuck's a twist card? Where's the twist card? Okay, we'll deal with that. The packaging for this is not great. Actually, I think I have a salad in the fridge. I could have that. All right. Shuffle 3 offensive surge cards and 1 twist card and all used major threat cards into the major threat deck. Shuffle the used minor threat cards and minor threat deck. Count the number of active objectives, the opposite, and draw that number of relic cards plus 1 additional relic card from the relic deck. Choose one of these relic cards to keep to use later in the game and place the others in this card. All objectives that are now inactive become active as the Blood Ravens have distracted the orcs long enough for self-repair protocols to initiate. Find the relevant tokens and place them on the squares containing the objectives. Okay. Defense phase turns. Turn order. The players resolve turns one at a time until the defense phase ends. If there are no... When resolving a turn, if there are one... What's this? Next weekend's... Okay. The players resolve turns. They're if there are one or more cards left in the major threat deck, normal enemies spawn on the game board. See page 28. Oh my god. Otherwise, if the boss enemy has not yet spawned, one or more threats. Otherwise, if the boss has spawned, just spawn, and no more enemies will spawn for the rest of the game. Each hero selects 1 action card to play for each hero they control. Okay. One at a time, each of the game pieces with the lowest initiative value activated once. When an enemy activates, it moves, then attacks, following the enemy behaviors on page 26. When each hero activates, you can move them, then attack with one of their weapons. Step 3 is repeated for the game pieces with the next highest value, continues with all game pieces activated. After all game pieces are activated, every enemy who's adjacent to an active or auto interacts with it. Page 27. Okay. So I start the fight until everything finishes here, then reset, and then defense phase. I guess everything respawns, and then I move everything around, which feels like another then assault phase. Okay. Draw a game piece is activated. Every enemy who is adjacent to the active item object interacts with it. Each page 27. End of defense phase. Continue to resolve turn until one of the following is true at the end of a turn. All heroes are injured. The game is over. Results in a loss. All the objectives are inactive. The game is over and results as a loss. The boss is spawned and has been destroyed and the game is over. You led the Blood Ravens to a victory. It's time to calculate your final score. Wait a minute. Heroes injured, all enemies destroyed. So, okay, so in the assault phase, I have to kill all the enemies. And then we move on to the defense phase. All heroes injured, the game is over, results in loss. Okay. So if all my guys don't die in the first phase, then we move on and then I just keep playing until everything that is on here is dead. I don't respawn anything. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I don't spawn anymore in the assault phase. No more cards. So, and then the defense phase, I keep spawning, I think, until the boss comes out or everything's dead. All heroes are injured, the game is over, results in a loss. The objectives are inactive, the game is over, results in a loss. Boss is spawned and destroyed. So one at a time, activates moves. Okay, I think I'm getting this. Moving, enemy behaviors. Each time an enemy, including a boss, moves in this phase, if it's already adjacent to one or more heroes that are injured, it does not move. Otherwise, if it's already adjacent to an active or idle object, it's the opposite, and the boss is not spawned, it does not move. Otherwise, if it's adjacent to an is adjacent to one, it does not move. Otherwise, adjacent to an active or idle object, it's the opposite. Otherwise, it's possible to move to the shortest distance. Okay. Boss is not spawned. The enemy moves as close as possible to the nearest active idle. It's possible it moves the shortest distance to get adjacent or not injured. Otherwise, if the boss is not spawned, the enemy moves as close as possible to the nearest active or idle object or the nearest hero that is not injured. If the hero is closer of the two. Okay, so the hero, okay. If the boss is spawned, enemy moves as close as possible to the nearest hero that is not injured. Okay, so I didn't even try to shut that down. Attacking. Each time an enemy, including the boss, attacks in the phase, if it is adjacent to one or more heroes that are not injured, it will attack with them if it's a melee weapon. Otherwise, if there are one or more heroes business and they're not injured, it will attack them with a mage weapon. Meganob is moved by use cannot move enough to get adjacent to Eradicator B, so it can't move to adjacent to Objective C. However, it moves to the shortest distance to adjacent to D. The Meganob is not adjacent to Eradicator, so it cannot attack with the melee weapon. Eradicator is a used ranged weapon, so it doesn't attack. Okay. In defense phase, enemies interact with objects. They only do so if the boss has not spawned. Enemies will only interact with objects if they're active or idle. When doing so, first, the number of dice shown to enemies. Oh my god! Predicted value, if they are adjacent to one of our heroes just by one, cannot be reduced less than one. Okay. Roll that many dice with dice. Whenever an enemy damages an object and causes it to become inactive, the enemy is destroyed in the ensuing explosion. Okay, well that's nice. Next. It is always crazy learning rules. It is about to be 8 o'clock. I should make a salad. Oh, I got a text. Who texted me? Okay. Yay, someone's nice to me. Can we bomb Xenos? Is that a thing we can do? No, you can't bomb them in this game. You'd think they would have made a game where you can bomb. You know, you just made me think about it. Why don't we have, oh my god, what is it called when the game pieces are super, 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 super tiny? Epic Warhammer? Why isn't there an Epic Warhammer board game for filthy casuals like me yet? I don't know. That is internet. It looks like it froze up. Waiting for the mobile stream to begin. Still shows them live here. Yeah, it still looks like I'm live here. Oh, that is so weird. Alright, spawning normal enemies. In the assault phase, when spawning enemies, draw one major threat card and one sector card, starting with the enemy shown at the top of the card and working down. Spawn those enemies in the sector shown. Draw a card for one sector, 4 sectors. See, each one of these numbers correspond to that. With no squared actor start A. And you spawn the sector game piece. Place the points with the lowest number does not already have a game piece in it. I'll try squares. When spawning the boss, shuffle 3 boss cards together and randomly pick one to spawn the game for. If this is your first game, instead of randomly picking one, recommends a war boss for your final challenge. Where's the war boss card? I'm not even sure if we're going to get to that, but hey. Okay. Weird Boy, Big Mac. Hello. War boss. All right. So you will eventually, hopefully, be used. Chevy 5-speed high. Yeah. Return all spent special cards to the hero that used them, then draw a sector card and place spawn the boss in the same way as spawning enemies. See left. Hi, buddy. Hi. You can't jump on the table. You can't jump on the table and play a game. See? We're playing a game right now. I will let you go inside the thing. You're not. Oh, you're just gonna step on things? Ah, it's my boy. That's my fluffy boy. You're just looking for her food. Why are you this way, buddy? Just take a nap. Alright, return all first cards here that use them. The draw sector cards when the boss sandwich spawning enemies. See left of every deployment square on the game board has a game piece in it. Remove one of the enemies in those squares and replace with the boss. In every turn, if the boss is destroyed and one or more heroes is not injured, the players have won the game. Now it's time to tally your final score. Okay. You're looking for food, aren't you? You can't. You can't. I gotta play a game right now. That was Rocky. He's a Siberian. He's kind of a handful. I love him dearly, but he is a handful. Oh, that's it? Not really a fan of how this game is explained to you. All right, let's try this. Make this work. All right, where are we here? I think I was gonna have you down here, as well as you over here, and I think I had you here and you here. And we had you here and you here. You here and you here. All right, so This guy will start off with the Judiciar. He has. I'm just gonna try to start playing. How is it? I started the game, but life got in the way. I just finished the rule book, and to be honest, I kind of just started speeding through it because this is just weirdly done. This rule book is just, it doesn't feel well put together. So before I attack, I'm going to do I'm just figuring this out now. I'm just gonna start trying to play through this, and let's see how it goes. So we're gonna start off with the Judiciar. That is this guy. They will all continue to get more paint. These guys are like 90% done. Good enough to play, but they still need a little bit of touch-ups. This guy has like a few spots that are glaring issues. So he is going to move 1, 2, 3. So he is adjacent to both of these guys. And then he will attack. Who the fuck is this guy? The A character here, which is the Mega Knob. Alright. So the Judiciar has melee, 3+, and knockback. Can I knock somebody back into an objective? It'd be nice if this had a glossary. Most of these things are always missing glossaries. Most of these things are always. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't say. I can walk over this. Moving. Objective squares cannot be moved through. Escapees cannot be played. Okay. So, since he has a knockback weapon, and he can't be moved into the objective, his -2 dice toughness is negated. So this guy has 2 attack dice hitting on 3+, but this guy would normally make you lose 2 dice, but he can't, because then you're like, I'm down to 1, but you can't go less than 1. But then the knockback thing, he goes back up to 2. So he's going to roll 2 dice and have to hit on a 3+. 2 5s, that's pretty great. So, okay. Does it teach you how to damage enemies? What game is this? This is Dawn of War Onslaught. It's a new box game from Games Workshop. This is the game right here. It's all the rage on the internet right now because it is a great value for certain Space Marines. Like, I will say though, the instructions are dog shit, like pure dog shit. Make attack. Matters we attack damage. Choose a weapon. Not bad. Melee. So, does this guy have health? Like, if his enemy is destroyed by an attack. So if one attack goes through, are they just destroyed? It kind of seems like it, because I'm not seeing health on here. Melee. Ranged. That many dice rolls without moved. Dice rolls and outright being knocked damaged. Then the adversary being attacked is damaged. She opposite. One damage every time. Okay. Yeah, but like how much health do they have? It looks like one hit they die. All enemies die with one hit. Okay, I thought so. I thought so. It's funny because it doesn't really tell you that. Yeah, the boss has wounds, but everyone else doesn't. All right, so this guy is eliminated. Hey, you got 2 games in? Cool. Hope you liked it. All right, so next on the initiative thing, Judiciar went. He has initiative 2. Then the next person is Brother Zaphius. And then the other guys are tied. So, 1, 2. It does tell you. I don't see it, but okay. Heroes cannot move through enemies unless specifically specified. Oh, I didn't even look at this guy's special rule. Abdominal assault. Once returned when this hero attacks an enemy with a melee weapon. If the enemy is moved by the knockback rule, this hero can move into the square the enemy left. Oh, sweet. So I can then move into here. All right, that's kind of cool. Oh, I could have used a special strike and got rid of both of them at the same time. Oh, man. Oh, well. All right. What difficulty are you playing? I played twice in normal and lost twice. This game is hard. I'm just doing the tutorial basic stuff. I don't even know if I'm messing around with difficulties yet. This is me just trying to learn the basics of the game. All right, so this guy moved 1, 2, 3. He has 5 move. Where do I want to put him? Go 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Put you here. I'll start with the furthest guy. All right. How's that? This here is stalwart. When this hero attacked with a weapon, that weapon has knockback rule. If you choose, you can choose to ignore it. All right. And what are your special things, buddy? You can bring them back if I've played or in this defense phase. Yeah, I'm not even up to the defense phase yet. Martial Mastery, you turn this hero attack. You can reroll the dice. Ceramite Breakthrough. Add to the move value of this hero. When this hero moves, it can move through enemy pieces, but cannot end the move in the same square. Oh, I should have used that. Nah, this is fine here. This is fine here. Okay. And what's your special? You know, we'll not even deal with the special. All right. So this guy has 2 melee dice with knockback. So, but then this guy makes you lose one of your dice. Oh, I didn't even, okay. I skipped something, but it's fine. So he has 1 attack now on a 4+. 2, he misses. Fuck. All right. Then he's done. Next up is 6 and 6. Hoping this game is at least kind of good. So am I. Oh my god. I really hate when they do bad games. We'll move Brother Arcos next. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Brother Arcos. We use his special attack, Sweeping Fireplower. This range weapon keeps the attack. This range weapon can be used to attack enemies adjacent to this hero, and instead of attacking one enemy, it can be used to attack 2 different enemies that are adjacent to one another. Roll for each separately. So this is 3+, 1 attack on a 3+, but for each guy. And what is your things? Melee, objectives, range 2. Okay, so we'll roll for this guy first, I need a 3+. Okay, he's gone. Okay. And then this guy. All right, he's gone. Yay! Wait. Who am I nuking here? I gotta look at their special abilities. I already messed one up. Fence phase. Okay. I hope this is good. I hate when the games are bad. I want a new Games Workshop box game addiction. The last game they did that I was addicted to. I'm kind of addicted to Space Marine, like single player game. Space Marine Adventures is great. Like Tyranid Attack is like classic, amazing, and the newest one, no. Labyrinth of the Necrons was amazing, and then Tyranid Attack is fine. I played that several times on the channel. I love that game. Kind of easy, but still a lot of fun. So as far as single game addictions, that is it. As far as my all-time favorite box game from Games Workshop, Blitz Bowl. Blitz Bowl Ultimate Edition and now Ultimate Second Edition, the greatest games they have ever made. Like, I am a complete Blitz Bowl crack addict. All right. So these guys are done. This guy's done. So the last person to go is the Brother Brachius. What I might try to do is either reach out to some voice actors that I know and get them to try to like do some lines if I do like pre-recorded battle reports, or I'll just use AI. Either one. Okay, so Brother Brachius, he has ranged. Oh shit, I could be using ranged. Huh. So he's 3 dice hitting on a 5+. Ugh. Wait, his range sucks and his melee sucks. 2 dice hitting on a 6+ for melee. Ranged 3 dice hitting on a 5+. So I'd rather use the ranged, right? All right, Keeper of Relics. In the defense phase, in the setup step, reveal 1 additional relic card and select 2 relics to keep instead of 1. So that's why you want this guy. I was going to say, this guy's kind of trash, Rocky. What are you doing? All right, so I'm not really loving this guy's fighting stats, but I guess being able to keep 2 relics instead of 1 probably makes him worth it. I don't know. What do you think? I haven't even gotten to the relic phase, so we shall see. So this guy is going to shoot this guy. Actually, no. We're not going to do that. We're going to move over here and then shoot this guy. So then I'm closer to these guys, which may or may not come fuck me in the ass, but we'll see. So he has move of 5. 1, 2, 3. And then he'll shoot this guy. I want to try to clear these areas off. So 3 dice. Oh, actually, what are your special things? Do you have anything that makes you not suck? Martial Mastery. Once this turn, when this hero make an attack, you can re-roll 1 dice. That's nice. Ceramite Breakthrough. Add 2 to the move value. This when this hero moves, it can move through enemy game pieces, but cannot move. Okay. Special. Unveil the Relic. For this turn, this hero has initiative value of 2. Each time this hero, another visible hero, attacks with a weapon, after reducing the number of dice rolled by the enemy's tough value, add 1 to the number of dice. Okay, so I think I want to use this because although he has 3 attack dice, this guy's toughness value makes you lose 2 attack dice. So then I have only 1 chance to take this guy out. So I will use the special action weapon here, Unveil the Relic. So I will now have 2 attack dice. I can try to have a 5+ on and take him out. Double 1. Fuck me. All right. So I totally whiffed that, and then now I'm in raping range of these 2 orcs when they decide to wake up. Great. Okay. So now we have finished the initial attack in the starting phase, and I think now everyone gets to wake up. Because for the very first attack, we ignore the orc's turn, and we do just the humans, the Space Marines. Now we have to care about the orcs' initiative as well. So we start back up, and lowest initiative goes first. And that is, I'll remember this one of these days. Judiciar. So Judiciar goes first. And for his first action, he's going to try to take this guy out. Actually, no. He's going to move. Yeah. Oh, no, he can't move there. Shit. Okay, well, I was going to try to move over here and give him a knockback, but no. All right, so he's just going to attack the Mega Knob. So the Mega Knob has toughness -2. And I got to remember the Savage Demise thing, because I didn't do that last time. It's good, however, the most you miss on your attack, then you will get screwed over and lose the game by the time the boss comes in. Well, here's hoping you're wrong. Here's hoping my games go better. If it's just me losing constantly, I'm not gonna like the game. Like, there's some games where, like, you lose, but it feels like a fair loss. Here's hoping it's not like, oh, you're just punished if you ever miss. Because then, fuck that. At least for me, I don't like games where it's like a 90% chance to lose, especially when it's like dice. Although I guess that's most dice games. Hi, buddy. Hi. What's up? I'm doing something. Yeah, you want to be social? Aw. Rocky just settled in my lap. I don't know if you guys can see him. This is Rocky on my lap. Ah, little fluffy boy. Alright. Like many people, I adore my cat. There's a little more over here. Alright, where was I? He was an attack. And, okay, so do you have anything I want to use? I will use Martial Mastery to reroll one of my dice for the attack. So we go from 2 dice to 1 dice because of this. So I have 1 dice to try to take out this knob. I need a 3+. 4. Alright, knob is gone. We have cleared the enemies from this objective. He is done. Next person initiative is 2, 4. So it is Brother Zephys over here. The Blade Guard missing his shield because it keeps falling off. What do you got here in chat? I have a decent amount of Orc Boys and Knobs and a War Boss. I wish I had the other minis since the board is decently sized. Yeah, I'm gonna if depending on how much I like this game, I'll make proxies. And I was saying earlier, for a bunch of the smaller units, I'm not even gonna stress out with them. I think you remember, Mecca, that I have a Play-Doh press to make orcs, to make retro orcs. So I'm gonna use this to make a bunch of these guys. I actually got some extra putty. And tomorrow, I'm going to be Play-Dohing a bunch of orcs out. And I'm just going to paint them different colors so they can be different things. But I also have, do I have it here? Do I have it? No, it's over there. I have, Rocky is sleeping on me right now. So does anyone cats know if your cat falls asleep on you, you cannot move. You just cannot move. I'm trapped. But I have a bunch of different kinds of orcs. I have some Mantic Games orcs. I have some Traditional Games Workshop orcs, and then I have some some other minis. And I'm just going to try to like proxy as much as I can because I cannot afford to buy a whole bunch of Games Workshop orcs. I'm just going to use what I have and then Play-Doh the rest. So yeah. And if anyone gets mad, hey, send me money and I'll buy some more stuff after paying rent. All right. Where were we? So next is Brother Zephys. He has 2 attack dice hitting on 4+. And then I think he has special powers we're going to try to use to kill. Yeah, here we go. What can we use? I will use Martial Mastery to reroll because then I get taken down back to 1 here. Oh, wait. When this enemy is destroyed by attack, roll a dice. On a 4+, this enemy attacks immediately. So I didn't do that. So let's see. 2. Okay, so he doesn't attack. That's fine. That's resolved. Next, this guy's going to attack. He has 1 dice now because of the thing. But I get to reroll it. So on a 4+, I destroy this guy. 6. Okay, so he's destroyed. But since he was destroyed, I have to roll a dice. And on a 4+, he gets to attack back. Got a 6. All right, so... then On 4+, this enemy attacks immediately if able, and then removed from the game board. So he attacked the Blade Guard and has dealt him a wound. So now he is at 9 wounds. But he's dead. Alright. Next is Initiative 2, Initiative 4, 6, 6. So next, the knobs get to move. So, do I have any knobs left? I have 2 knobs over here. So the close, I think I have to start moving to the closest thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. I forget. Knobs, like, they can... 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think if a knob can get to a hero, they're in the order of operations, they have to attack that hero. They don't stay and mess up the thing. So we're going to go with the knob. This one's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And now he's adjacent to this guy. And he has 2 attack dice hitting on a 5+. And do you have any sort of defense, buddy? You have -1. So it's 1 attack dice hitting on a 5+. 4, he misses. So he's done. And then this guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And then same thing to the Eradicator, Brother Arcos. He has no toughness. Ooh. So he gets to roll 2 attack dice hitting on 5+. Oh, we got a 6 and a 2. All right. So Brother Arcos has taken a wound as well. So he's down to 9. I'm just going to use next time some dice here to show like the damage, because I hate having to keep little wound things on everything. It just makes everything more messy. Did you paint? Oh, by the way, Mecha and Bomb Jelly. Did you guys paint the miniatures up to look like the Blood Ravens, or are you going to keep them the colors which you traditionally do? Hi, Mochi. Hi. You want this food? You want this food? Nope. You just want to come hang out? All right. I'll leave that there. That is Mochi, my other cat. I used to have 4 cats, but now I have 2 cats. All right. So what am I doing? Okay, so both these guys attacked. I think he could stand on this spot. So Initiative 5 is done, and Initiative 6. We're going to start with Brother Brachius, because he's next to this dude, the knob. And the knob has a toughness value of -1. Once we're showing this hero attacks an enemy with a melee weapon, the enemy is moved by knockback roll, and this hero can move into the square. No. Defense phase, no, it doesn't matter there. So I have 2 defense dice, 6+, but he has toughness 1, so 1 defense dice. So he needs to have a 6+. Actually, wait. Does he have anything useful? I'll do the reroll. So 6+. No. Reroll. 6+. No. Boo. Suck. You suck, Flag Boy. That's your name now, Flag Boy. Alright, next is Brother Arcos. Turn and aim his flame there. Melee, 1 dice and 5+. For this turn, add... Okay, I think I have an idea. I'm going to move out of combat. Hello, Martello. Hope you're doing well. He's going to move away and then shoot. So he's going to go 1, 2. I'm going to stay there and then shoot this guy. And I think I can move and shoot. If not, we'll figure out the fun way. Add 2 to move out. Move any pieces. Can I move and shoot? Let's figure that out actually. Can I move out of combat when I'm already in combat? I'm not seeing any rule that says I can't move away from an enemy. Yeah, I'm not really seeing any rule there for that. Yeah, I think I'm allowed to just move away from the enemy and then shoot, which then gives me more shooty options. So, this is a knob. He has 2 attack dice. He has knockback as well, but I don't think I could use that. So I'm gonna, no, it's not this guy. Which one is he? Sorry for going so slow, guys. Again, I'm still learning this. So, alright, so because this guy is -1 to 1, I'm gonna use, he has 1 dice hitting on 4+, but I can re-roll it. So here we go. Miss. 6. Alright. So this guy is gone. And then we move to initiative 7, which is the boy, which is right here. And then the mega knob. So the boy has melee 2 dice on a 5+. You have toughness -1, so it's 1 dice hitting on a 5+ to attack Flag Boy. Got a 1. All right, so the boy missed, and that's it there. And then next, the Mega Knob, which is this guy. Move 3. I think he could shoot through. Oh, no, he's right here. So he's going to move 1 and 2 dice hitting on 4+, but this guy has toughness 1, so it's 1 dice hitting on 4+. Got a 5. All right, so Flag Boy takes a damage. All right, you are down to 9. What is up? I am playing Dawn of War Onslaught. So okay, we can just keep doing this until all the enemies are dead or all my guys are dead. So it looks like we can probably be able to wipe out these enemies. So now that everyone has attacked, this guy, I think he attacked. I think he attacked already. Now that everyone is attacked, we go back to Didiciar here because he has the lowest initiative. So he'll go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. Okay. And then Flag Boy, we don't need you right now. Okay. Okay, so we're going to use his special card, Wild Strike, so I could attack 1 dice for each enemy, 1 dice attack, and hitting on a 4+, I can hit each one of these guys. So we're first going to start with the Mega Knob. Because of its toughness rule, it goes down 1, but then because like you can't go lower than 1, it's just 1 dice. So let's see if I get the Mega Knob. I need a 3+ melee. Wait, no, 4+. 3, shit. Okay, so now this guy. 3. Ah! Alright, and I burnt this power. Boo! Damn, I thought he was gonna put in some work there. Alright, so Judiciar has failed us. Next up is Brother Zaphius over here. He has 5 moves, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he's adjacent to this guy, so he's gonna attack the knob, and he has 2 melee dice, although he has a toughness of 1. Do you have any shenanigans we could do, buddy? Tough value of this hero is improved by 1 dice for this turn. Subtract 1 additional dice when being attacked. Oh, this would have been great if it were earlier. Shit. This is kind of useless now because how late he is. I guess if I move close... Yeah. No, that just sucks. Boo. We'll do the whole reroll. This guy is going to try to kill the knob. Alright, so where are we here? He has 2 melee dice, but this guy's not... Almost every one of these guys... So this kind of sucks that because of toughness, most of these guys are just left with 1 attack dice, which is kind of... yeah. But, so it's 1 attack dice, hitting on 4+ for the knob. 2. Oh, the dice are not on my side tonight. The dice are not on my side tonight. And I think that's it. Next initiative is the knob, and he is next to several things. He has a choice. Okay, give me a second. I gotta move. All right. So he's going to work to get rid of the Judiciar since he's the big threat here. And he has 2 attack dice hitting on 5+. Oh, the Judiciar does not have a toughness. Oh. Alright, so 5+, will you injure him? He hits for 1. Judiciar takes an additional attack. He's down to 8. And he is done. Any other knobs? No. Should have 5. Then it is the Brother Brachious. He has... Who do we attack? I'm going to have him target the boy, because the boy has no freaking armor. No toughness. So it has 2 attacks. So Brother Brachious has 2 attacks, hitting on 6+. Do you have anything useful, buddy? We'll use the reroll 1. Okay, I've got a 5 and a 2, and we need a 6. And then turns into a 1. God, you suck, Flag Boy. All right. Next is Brother Arcos. So he's going to go 1. What can you do? Attacking the range weapon hero can attack an enemy that is not really on his size. Okay, do you have anything else useful, buddy? No, it's Blade Guard. Okay. I think I already did Sweeping Firepower. Alright, so Brother Arcos is going to try and range 2 dice 4+. Who do I want to use that on? I think I want to go stand here and take out the boy because he has no armor and I have a better chance. So here we go, 2 dice 4+. All right, we got the boy out. Finally. And now initiative 7 is the boy. He was dead now. Don't need to worry about him. So now we just have the Mega Knob and the Knob. Wait, did the Knob attack? Initiative 5. I think he must have attacked. He's here. So now it is the Mega Knob here, who has initiative 9 melee attacks. He can hit the Flag Boy or he can hit the Justiciar. I think I want him to hit the Justiciar because Flag Boy is kind of useless. So the Mega Knob has 2 attack dice for melee. And the Justiciar has no toughness, so he needs 4+. 2 2s. All right. That's some luck there. Okay. So now we go back into this, and Justiciar Zacharis gets to attack again, and he is next to the Knob. So we'll have him melee, and then we'll have him do the reroll. So he needs 3+. 6. We have kill the Knob. Now that's all that's left is the Mega Knob. So next is Brother Zaphius. He's going to go 1 over here. I'm going to do this. Tough value this hero is improved by 1 for this turn. And also whoever's next to me gets a +1. Oh, their hero's tough value. Okay, so we can have him attack the Mega Knob. So he has 2 dice, which goes to 1 dice. I really don't like the whole tough value thing. So 4+. 6! We have killed the Mega Knob. Now everyone is dead, bad guys wise, and then we can move into the next phase. Alright, so we've been doing this for I don't know how long, but thoughts in the first phase. The tough value kind of makes everyone seem less powerful. And I don't know, it almost feels like it just unnecessarily draws out the game, but that's also how like 40k is. Everybody has like a tough value you got to deal with and all that. But to lose a whole dice, I'm not really a fan of this, honestly. But like once you get it, it's kind of simple enough. I'm not really loving that so much. So now we move into the next phase, where I think a bunch of my guys get a wound back, or like their everything activates, and we get to get a relic. So that said, it's 8:30, and I want to get me some dinner. So I'm going to make myself a salad, and I feel weird doing that while streaming. Also, for some, maybe it's because no, that doesn't even put out heat. For some reason, I am like on and off boiling. Maybe I'm fighting off a cold or something. But I'm going to call this stream tonight. And thank you guys for stopping by. Looks like we had a good few people come in. Hey, we got 10 likes. That's awesome. So yeah, now we would move into the defense phase, the other side of the game. And then we square up, try to survive until the boss comes out. Yeah, I'm gonna call it already tonight. Tomorrow I'm gonna like work through this some more, but tomorrow we're gonna start with like the straight up defense phase, and then bring everybody in and see how it goes. But thanks for hanging out, Mechanoid. Let me know what you think of the game. I'm gonna go back and reread chat because I missed a bunch of it. But I hope you're doing well, man. And yeah, have a good night. I should keep streaming but I'm not. I'm gonna work on getting some food in my system. I gotta clean my apartment a bit, and then I gotta fit. I wanna finish these guys up. They look for the most part good, although this guy, his hand broke the first night I started painting them, and it flew under the fridge, like deep under the fridge, and I finally fished it out this morning. So he's like 99% painted, but his hand is just straight up white and his gun's white. So I gotta fix that. And then I painted my Blood Ravens too dark. So I'm gonna brighten them back up with some corn red and then some highlights. I want them pretty when we start really doing this game properly. I need to paint mine. Those are looking good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They're mostly done. I did a bunch of metallics like for their shields. Like I have a metallic blue paint that I use for the power sword and their power shields. I'm really happy. How do I say it? Let me turn this camera here. I think my favorite part about these box games comes down to not just when I was able to play games with Jazz, because that's the best part, being able to play with somebody you want to play with, but like the process of getting to the game, and that's painting the miniatures up. And as always with the Games Workshop miniatures, these guys were a joy. And then doing them the Blood Raven colors was, you know, I mean, it was not like, oh my god, I have to learn how to paint from scratch, but it was really nice. There's a Duncan Road tutorial on how to paint Blood Ravens, and I followed that one pretty closely, and I was happy with it. And then I took the usual liberties with them, so I made it where for a few of these guys, I cut off some arms and tried to give them different poses to try to make them like mine more. So these guys, all these guys are supposed to have both hands in the gun, but I ended up just changing it up so they don't have both hands in the gun, and I'm happy with that. And that, and not a huge RP. Yes, that's the other thing. Like, and that's why I love Blitz Bowl so much in the rest of these games. Like for Blitz Bowl, most of the teams are only 6 minis. That's it, 6 miniatures, you know? 6 miniatures, and you have a sense of accomplishment that I finished an entire team for Blitz Bowl. Here, it's 9 miniatures, and these guys are crazily detailed. And yeah, it's like, at least the way I paint. This isn't going to be every miniature is 40 hours or 200 hours or some nonsense like that. I'm going to knock these guys out in a couple days. I did assembly line painting, so, you know, red on everybody, black on everybody, gold on everybody, move on, move on, move on. And then the washes and all that. I got to come back and do this guy's face. Or maybe I just leave his face white. But Team does that for me, just a box and done. Yeah, there's something really nice about just having a small amount of miniatures and then being able to have a realistic goal you can get to in a sane amount of time. And then since I don't think you're as bad as that either. Since we're not like crazy, insane 200 hours per mini painters, you know, the end is always in sight. And then you have this nice little tight set of something done. You can move on to the next one. And then when you go through your collection, you can just see, oh, I painted this one, and this is when I was painting this one. It's so much fun. And I like with these guys, I really had a hoot. And then, I don't know, I want to go back and touch them up way more than I normally would, because these miniatures are so badass. I want to try harder. As far as the game, it's fine. It's really the tough part is the rule book is badly worded, I think. And I would have appreciated it more. I would have appreciated it more. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Whatever. I would have appreciated it more if the rule book had like a tutorial scenario instead of just saying phase 1, phase 2. But I think I got the gist of it. The big annoyance for me right now in playing, and this is just a tutorial level, I guess. Like, you know, start off with this. I'm not a fan of the toughness here. Like, these guys have, at least the ones I'm working with, have at most 2 attack dice. But this guy, the Mega Knob, has toughness -2 or toughness -1. And honestly, it's pretty lame because that means that almost the entire time I've been playing this, most of these guys are attacking with like just 1 dice. And it's like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel fun, you know? I can house rule it, but I want to try it out with the real rules first, and then like play through a few of the games first and get like, okay, this is how they intended it. But yeah, I totally see myself house ruling this bitch later on. But I want to get through I want to get through the basic, figure out how to play this thing, and then we're going to do we're doing the alpha deck, the beta deck, and the gamma deck. I want to go through all those decks, and then when I'm done with all that, have a few games in this week, try the horde mode, and then I'll do my review. Although by the time that happens, I'm sure there's going to be a few more paid influencers who are like, oh my god, this is amazing. But honestly, this is okay so far. This is okay. This is another decent solo game that's a little more crunchy than Labyrinth of the Necrons. And this is nice. Like Labyrinth of the Necrons is basically things pop up next to you, as you know, and you just like, stomp on them when you can. This is like, okay, there's an order of operations, and then some of these guys have different abilities. Like the Mega Knob has a fight on death mechanic on a 4+, so that's pretty interesting. Each one of these guys has an active set of cards they can use. 2 of them you can pull out every time, and one of them is like once per phase, which is nice. So I kind of dig that this isn't as like, deep as 40K, where like these guys have saving throws and these guys have like feel no pains. Like it's like a little bit harder, but not like cool. I haven't really got much attention being sold out, but you probably attention. It really hasn't got much attention being sold out, and so you're probably the most attention at the moment. Yeah. Well, from my understanding, the game isn't officially supposed to launch yet until September 1st. So I think what's going to happen is I have now until September 1st to churn out as much content as I can to get eyeballs on this thing. But I don't want to be the person who's like, just gives it a fake glance and review, because I hate that. I really hate when people like look at the game, don't even fucking play it, and then look at the minis and say, wow, this is such a great value, it's a great game, we should totally get it. And it's like, I mean, that's good for 40K collectors, but for people who just want a board game or want something they can play with by themselves or with loved ones, that's nothing. And yeah, I'm ranting. I'm sorry. But I really, TLDR, I want to get a few games in live stream. I want to try to do a few battle reports once I get the once I get the gist of how to play it down, and hopefully I can knock all this out before the game officially releases, so I get some views, I get some subs, I get some people who like me. So that's the plan. So far, I can honestly see myself coming back to it. It was the toughest part of this was getting my head wrapped around the rule book, but now that I have the basic gist of things, I'm okay with it. I am as always, the rule book's the weakest part of this experience, but this looks like another good solo game I can bring in and live stream and keep myself busy. And if I ever get somebody to play with again, this is something that might be interesting in co-op as well. Now, would I do 4-player co-op? I don't know. I think most of these games work best as a couple, in my experience so far. Yeah. So those are my thoughts tonight. Based on tonight, would I recommend this game? Yes. If I would recommend it to solo players who are looking for something that's like to keep them busy on like a Friday night or a Wednesday night, and they want to just just get some stuff done, you actually play the game. Yeah, I mean, that's how it should be. Like, I really hate those channels that open the box and review it by just going over the contents. That bothers me. But yeah, so the plan is play through this several times. You know what? Also, based on how I feel after playing this game tonight, we're going to make the orcs. Because I think what would make this also a lot more interesting is get rid of the tokens and have orcs here. So the plan tomorrow and this week is to make a whole bunch of orc proxies for the game. Now, the thing that I have to be aware of is the base size here. Now, I was originally going to try to have everyone just like on the exact token size, but that doesn't seem to be an issue here. So it looks like a 40 mil base size is the most. I think these guys are on 40s, and 40 fills up the square just right. So as long as there's not some crazy overhang, that's gonna be how I do it. So what I'm gonna do is the Play-Doh orcs, and 1 second here. Make sure Rocky's not here. All right. Give me a second. Don't die, Bernardo. I got some Firefight Mantic Game Marauder orcs as well. I have goblins from, because there's also goblins to use in here. I'm going to use those for the proxy, the goblin proxies. And then, don't die, Bernardo. Dude, I'm like half worried one day I'm going to have a heart attack or bust my ass on camera. And chat's going to have to call the ambulance for me, even though no one knows where I live. So I have, okay. So I have orcs from Games Workshop. I have Play-Doh orcs. I have the Mantic Games orcs. And then I have some ogres from Mantic Games I'm going to use as the Flamer orcs. I'm going to spend this week just rushing through all of that on and off stream, so that as we play these games, we have orcs. That's the plan. Do I need to do this? No. It will slow me down. It's a waste of time, and I have so many other things to do. But I need something to make me happy. I need something to keep my mind occupied besides the usual BS as a distraction. And I think making the orcs and the goblins and having them set up for the game will be that thing. So, yeah. Anywho, I've blathered enough. I'm going to make myself some dinner. It's 8:48 p.m. And I hope you have a great night. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you are all doing great. I hope you all have a sensational night. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you really, really like my content, please support me with channel memberships. Have a good night. Bye.